Sometimes it's nice to sit on a yoga block just to let your knees drop below your hips. If your hips are tight, it helps to sit on a yoga block, but you don't have to. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with an intentional check-in. So just go ahead and sit up tall. By the way, before we check in, everything we do today is designed to free up energy in the spine. So whatever we do, try to elongate the crown of your head away from the tail so the spine is nice and tall. You can either place your hands on the ground to ground yourself, or you can place your hands on your legs to ground yourself. Let's close our eyes. So let's begin with an intentional check-in, just like you're checking in with yourself. Notice your body. Notice the energy in your body. And notice your mood. The poet Rumi said that this human being, us, is a guest house. Every day, a new arrival. One never knows what emotions will arise. We cannot control the natural fluctuation of our vibrant heart or the ongoing flow of feelings and thoughts. What we can do, however, is work with our mind by accepting its nature and with our body by strengthening and opening it so that it is both powerful and spacious enough to welcome all sorts of interesting thoughts and sensations. Practicing in the morning is a good thing to do because what we're going to do next is set an intention. And by setting an intention, that sets us on the right road for the rest of the day. So let's bring our hands together in front of our heart and offer an intention for your practice. And my intention is for you to make or to move yourself merry by breathing and moving to move yourself into a merrier mood. And so let's open our eyes and begin. I'm going to get off my yoga block now and come back down to the ground. You can do the same. I'm going to recross my legs. You can do the same. So from that seated upright position, let's inhale, reach the arms overhead. Get a nice stretch. Keep the foundation solid. And then lower your right hand to the ground. And as you lean to the right today, we're going to open the shoulder. So we're going to circle that left arm. Move it. Loosen it up. Good. Warm it up too. And then we're going to take the arm all the way back up and come up. Again, slowly stretch the arms up. And then lower the left hand to the ground. And we're going to circle the right arm. Loosening it up, warming it up, getting it ready for everything that we're going to need it for today. And also, as we started focusing on noticing your energy, sometimes we come to yoga and we got a lot of energy and we need to calm down. Some days we're really tired and our yoga practice might surprise us and give us energy. Last one, and then come all the way back up. And inhale again, stretch the arms up. Now we're going to take a twist to the right. So there's twist to the right. And we're going to stay here for 4 breaths. 1, 2. Keep the crown of the head reaching away from the tail. 3 and 4. Good. Come all the way back. Inhale the arms up one more time. Then we'll twist to the left. Lower the hands. Again, nice long spine. 4 breaths. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come back to center. And then a deltoid stretch. We're going to reach the arms behind us, clasp the fingers, and draw the arms back. Feel the stretch in your deltoids. And allow the chest to open, the throat to open. Keeping the hands clasped, we're going to bend the elbows and take the hands to the left hip, and then let the left ear fall to the left shoulder. That's a mouthful. In that upright spine. Good. Let's lift the head. Take that deltoid stretch again. Reach the knuckles back, clasp hands, and then bend the arms. Place the clasp of the hands on the right hip and drop your ear to the right shoulder. And resolve to stay connected to your body, your breath throughout the practice. Try not to let the mind drift off. Good, let's lift the head, come back up, stretch the arms behind us, and this time lower forward, maybe halfway, however you can, or a little more. Keep the line of your spine open. A flexible spine clears the lines of communication between the mind and body. We don't want to have our spine clogged. All right, now let's slowly come all the way up and release the hands. Give the arms a shake out. Got one more thing to do before we come to our cat-cows. Let's go ahead and fingertips on the shoulders and now circle both arms. Hopefully this feels really good to you. Kind of a fun warm-up. Clearing any stagnant or tight energy in your shoulders. Last few. Maybe connecting with joy, a little more joyful feeling. All right, and then release. And then just swing your arms across your body. I have my hands in kind of loose fists. My elbows are kind of bent. You can open up as much as you'd like or keep it small. All right, from this, we're going to clear the way now to come all the way to tabletop position this morning. What are my little notes, what we're going to do today? All right, we're going to come down to all fours. I have to take notes because I can't remember things anymore. We're going to come to our hands and knees, and we're going to keep the tops of the feet on the floor. And we're going to spread the fingers and move into a slow cat and cow sequence. We're going to do about 10 of them. So heart forward, tailbone lifts. We have cow. Then we start to round. Slowly stretch the skin and your back and ribs. We have cat. And you can move slow or medium. Do what feels good to you. And this is just like flossing our spine. And we want that spine to be here so that the body can communicate better with the mind. We don't want to have pain. We want to be pain-free. So this is just basic maintenance and a nice way to start our practice. We are going to flow through a couple different sun salutations. We're going to do some standing poses, but for now, we're just warming up. All right, now from this last one, bring your big toes together behind you and let the knees open. And then stretch back into our variation of child's pose with the arms active. And as you lay your forehead on the mat, deepen your breath. We're working on breathing on pranayama right now. So just let the breath kind of be equal, both inhale and exhale. If I remember, we'll practice Kapalabhati breathing twice as we move on in our practice later on towards the middle, if I can remember. All right, let's finish up that last breath in and out. And then return up, back up to tabletop, bring the knees under the hips. And with the knees under the hips, just press back to a quick child's pose. And then round up to a cat. Come forward to a cow. And press back to a child. I'll go over that again. Again, this time the knees are narrow. Round up to a cat. Drop into a cow. And then round back to a child. So envision your body and your spine like a wave. Rounding up, dropping the spine to cow, rounding again and taking it back to a child. So I want you to practice that wave movement on your own. That's it. And then stretching back to a child's pose, and a closed knee child's pose. Just one more breath. Good. And then all the way back up. All right. Now, before we even move on, I'm gonna face you, and we're gonna be on our shins, a kneeling shin position, and we're gonna take the gate pose. Stretch your right foot out, your right leg out. And you can position your toes that way, or you can turn them, whatever feels good. Foot is on the ground. Reach your left arm up and lean to the right. And this is called the gate pose. It supposedly looks like a gate, or the latch of a gate, I should say. So open up your spine, open up the sides of your body, get a nice stretch to prepare you for everything you're going to do today. Let's take 2 more breaths in the gate pose. And then easy does it, come up, and we're going to place that, I'm going to scoot over, we're going to place that left hand down now for this variation of half moon pose. Right leg lifts, right arm stretches up. This is a lot easier to do than the standing version, isn't it? Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. And then after this, we come back down and come to that kneeling position. And we'll stretch the left leg out now for the gate pose. Right arm up, slowly bend your body to the left. 4 breaths, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Press up. Lower your right hand into this variation of the half moon. Left arm up, left leg up. 4 breaths. 1, 2. Remember, reach through the crown of your head, reach back through the tail. 3, and 4. All the way back to that kneeling position. Face the front of your mat. And get ready to take our down dog. First down dog of the practice. Float the hips up. Something nice today that might be different. Rather than starting in a traditional down dog, walk your feet out to the outside edges of the yoga mat. And then use your hands to grab hold of the edges of the yoga mat. Why? Well, just try it and see if you like it. It really stretches out your spine because you're grasping the mat. Your feet are wider, there's more room. And the channels of the spine are getting a nice stretch open. Then we'll release our hands and shift back to a normal, the way we usually do down dog. And take your dog for a walk. After you've taken your dog for a walk, bring the feet a little closer at the back of the mat, and we'll slowly raise the right leg and open up the hip. You can even bend your right leg. Right, and then we'll get ready to change sides. Bring the right leg down, right foot down, raise the left leg and open your hip. Bend the left knee. Notice your energy. All right, and then relax, release that left foot down, back to downward facing dog. Press away from the floor. An active downward facing dog. You can give the head a shake. And then bend the knees a lot. Look to the front and walk your hands towards, walk your feet towards your hands for Uttanasana or forward bend. You're at the front of your mat. I have to keep moving so that it's on the camera. Bend your knees and bend your arms and hold on. Let the head drop. Sway if that feels good. Make yourself happy here. Remember, our theme is moving your body merry. So whatever that means to you, move yourself merry. Go ahead and release the arms and come to any kind of flat back you'd like. You can be using your block. You can be having hands on the shins. And then we'll release the flat back and fold forward again. Now, ground through your feet, just like we grounded through our sitting bones when we started. And roll up to stand. Take a reach of your arms once you get up. And then bring your hands to your heart. And just ground yourself here in mountain pose, eyes open or closed. We're going to do two or three, probably just two sun salutations, A and then B, and then we're going to do some other things. But before we do, let's connect to our breath through some half sun salutations. That just means we're going to inhale, stretch up, and then exhale, release the arms. We'll move in stages. Inhale, reach the arms up. It's important that you move with your breath. And then exhale, release the arms. Let's go one more time. Inhale. And then circle the arms down with your exhale. Now go in a little further. Inhale. And then bend the knees and swan dive forward. Let the head hang. Inhale, come to flat back. Look forward, feel the lift in your back, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, take it all the way up. And then hands to your heart. We're still on the half sun salutation. One more. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, Fold. Now we're moving on. Step back slowly to a plank. And for the first one, if you want, you can put your knees down. Inhale. And exhale, come all the way down. Press up, cobra, could be a little baby one. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, come back up to the plank. Lift the hips and back to down dog. You can take your dog for another walk if you'd like. Pedaling out. All right, we're going to step or hop to the front of the mat again. Find a flat back position. Maybe you're getting warmer or more energized or more relaxed, whatever is happening. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. That's your heart. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, flat back. Gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Step back, plank. You can again put your knees down, or you can lower down, chaturanga. Big breath as you press up to cobra. Take a moment to look over each shoulder. All the way back down. Curl your toes back up to plank. Push the heels back. Now push the hips back, down dog. Trust yourself. Take 4 breaths here. And if you want, you can come down to your knees and rest in child's pose. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to step to the front of the mat again. Flat back. And this time, chair pose. We're going to bring the feet a little closer, bend the knees, and float the arms up. At this point, we're going to start the sun salutation B. So take one more breath, reach the fingers up, and then exhale and fold it forward, forward bend again. Come back to the flat back and back to the forward bend. Now again, step back to a plank. You can put your knees down or not. Come down to the ground. Rest yourself up, cobra, or maybe upward dog. Back to downward dog. Right leg stretches high. And we step it. Put your left foot down and come up, warrior 1. Take 2 breaths. And then release your hands back down. Step back to that plank. You can skip the vinyasa and just press your hips back down to dog. Or you can take the gentle vinyasa, rolling your spine. And then we'll do the other side. Left leg up. Easy does it. Warrior 1. Rise up. 2 breaths. Release down. And step the right foot to meet the left. Come back to chair. And this time all the way up, stretch up. Palms press, and then press your hands to your chest. All right, we'll go through one more. Sink your hips, reach your arms, chair position. Breathe out, and forward fold position. Lift your gaze, flat back. Fold forward. I'll do it a little different this time. I think this might work better. Step your left foot back for warrior one. Rise up with the arms. 2 breaths. Good, then release the hands down. Now step back to plank. Either take the vinyasa or skip it and go to downward dog. Right leg step, left foot steps to the front, rise up, warrior one. Left foot to the front, sorry about that. 2 breaths. And then release, hands down, take the vinyasa or just go to down dog. Maybe you didn't have enough energy when you started. Maybe you're starting to get more, or maybe not. 2 breaths in downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, now we're going to step to the front, come back to that chair pose, and we'll add a twist. I'd like to add as many twists as I can today, if I can remember. Let's bring our hands to our heart and keep your knees pointing straight ahead. Left elbow to right knee. As you're twisting, remember to breathe. 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Let's go the other direction. Shift the elbows to the left knee. 1, 2, 3. Release to a forward fold. Making the feet about hips width apart. Grab the elbows again, bend the knees, drop the head, and you can move yourself merry here. Add a little shimmy if you want to the shoulders, move the tail. Just feel good here. To center, release the arms with soft knees, roll yourself all the way up with a circle of the arms overhead. And then hands to heart. Step out wide, facing the wide side of your mat. Wide side of your mat. And inhale, reach your arms up. Clasp your, let's see, what are we going to do? Reach your arms up, clasp your left wrist. Give it a stretch and then lean to your right. Our feet are parallel. And trying to concentrate on keeping the crown of the head reaching from the tail. Slowly all the way up, and then circle the right wrist, lengthen up, lean to your left. Good, and then all the way back up. Now we're going to do we're going to do Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide stance, feet straight ahead with the deltoid stretch. Reach the arms back, clasp the fingers, stretch those deltoids. And I think this is called version C. We come to a flat back and then drop your head. 4 breaths, let it go, let it go, let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let the hands go and walk them to the right. And change sides, walk them to the left. From center, hands on your waist and rise up. We're going to do triangle now. So have your block handy to assist you if you like in triangle. From this wide stance, turn your right foot to the back edge. block outside the ankle. Turn your back foot in a little, reach your arms, and stretch over your right hip. Bring your right hand to the block or the leg. Look up or down. Feel the energy. You're pulling the energy from the ground up your legs, both legs. Couple more breaths. Good. Press into your right foot and rise all the way up. Forgot to say, bring your block up. Other side, triangle on the other side. Stretch over the left leg, hand to the block or the shin. 4 breaths. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Press all the way up. All right. And then heel toe your feet back in. Back to the front of the mat. Here we go. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, swan dive again. Flat back. And forward fold again. Now, we're going to step back with the left foot. And you can use a yoga block or not under your left hand. You don't have to, only if you want. Keep the left knee in off the mat. And then raise your right arm, another twist. So using the block under your left hand just brings the floor up to you, makes it a little more accessible to you. All right, now I'll try to explain what we're doing next. So we're gonna lower that right hand, and then as we do, put your left foot down and come up for warrior 2. Go ahead and stretch your right leg straight and bend it a couple times if necessary, and then hold warrior 2. Look past your right. And then a straight leg again as we reverse. Just reach up and then back to warrior 2. Go one more time. Straight leg, reach up, back to warrior 2. Now release the hands back down to the yoga mat and step the left foot to the right. Fold forward. We're going to switch now. So step the right foot back. You can rest your right hand on a yoga block or not. We're in a lunge. Right knee off the mat. Ready? Let's twist to the left. Take a few breaths here. Good. And then we're going to release the left hand, release the back foot, and circle up to warrior 2. The straight leg, then bend the left knee. Do that a couple times. Straight leg, bend the left knee. Look past your left hand, warrior pose 2. Keep the crown of the head lifting away from the tailbone. Nice. And then as we straighten the left leg, we reverse. I think we did that 2 times. Back to warrior 2, and then reverse. Back to warrior 2, and release. You can either take a gentle vinyasa or just go back to either a down dog or a child's pose. Plenty of options. Whether you're in a dog or a child's pose, notice, pay attention to your body, your energy, your mood, and your breath. Let's meet in downward facing dog. And then begin to walk your hands back towards your feet and come into Malasana, the squat. So, as I mentioned on Tuesday, you can make it easier by sitting on a block. That's not cheating, it's still a squat. If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just take the traditional way. Again, crown of the head reaching, tailbone reaching away from the crown of the head. We have a couple options here. We can stay with our hands pressing, or we can we can even use the block for this. We can put one left hand on the block and reach the right arm up for a twist. And then we can change sides. You don't have to twist, just offering it. And then release. And then hands back to a prayer or to the ground, whatever you'd like. You can press your legs, lift your heels, lots of things you can do in the squat variations. A couple more breaths. And then from Malasana, we're going to sit down. So place your hands behind you and take a seat. We're going to come to a weighted butterfly pose. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. And we're going to put weight with our arms, a weighted butterfly pose. We're going to press into our legs. Let the head drop. Connect to your breathing. The weight of our arms might be helping the hips release a little more. And then from the weighted butterfly, come to an upright butterfly position. Yeah. All right, we're going to do one more twist. So stretch out your left leg long. And we haven't done this one in a while. You can either hold on, or you can either keep the right foot where it is, or you can cross it over the left. Either way, be careful. So we're going to take a twist to the right. Right hand behind you, lift the left arm up. And then twist to your right. And again, just a reminder to keep the spine long, crown of the head reaching up. Left foot flexed. Shoulders relaxed. Good. And then unwind and stretch the legs out for a moment or shake them out. Then we'll switch sides. Left leg in, either foot here or across. Left hand behind you. Raise your right arm. And twist left. 4 breaths. Each breath, each new breath is a chance to start anew, isn't it? Refreshing, new start. Last breath here in the twist. And then let yourself release. You can stretch your legs out again or shake them out. You should be facing the front though. And finally, if you have your block handy, have it by your side. We're going to lie down and we're going to take a bridge pose. Excuse me. We're going to take a supported bridge pose. So place the block on the low level under your back, at your low back, sorry. And relax your arms, palms face up, palms spin up. Let your chest open up. So the block is doing most of the work, isn't it? Stay here for another 2 breaths. And then we're going to do the regular bridge. So lift your hips, remove the block, and come down to the ground, palms face down now. Feet pressed down. Lift your hips for the regular bridge. And we're going to do that Kapalabhati breathing here. So I'm going to get up and explain it to you. You can stay in your bridge or come down and then come up again. Remember that one, we take a breath in, and then the exhales are all, that's all we focus on, through the nose. So let's do that together. Come down to your back, and then ready, lift up with an inhale to your bridge, and begin the Kapalabhati breathing. Take an inhale, and exhale, release down. Let's try it one more time. Your choice. You can either put that block back under your for supported bridge with the Kapalabhati breath, or lift up to a traditional bridge. Let's go again. Bridge, take a breath, and then begin those exhales through your nose. Take a breath, and come all the way down. Let your knees fall left and right. And then come back to center, bring the knees close. See if you can find your toes for happy baby, or the inside of your feet, or your legs, whatever you can find for happy baby. Keep the back flat on the ground. You can make yourself merry here by rolling left and right, maybe stretching one leg out at a time. Moving ourselves merry. Come back to center. And then let the right leg, stretch out long. Right leg long to the floor, hug the left leg in, and pull it to the right for your twist. Another twist. Let that left leg rest on the ground, or maybe on a yoga block. We're going to be using the blocks more creatively as these classes progress. I want to start using the blocks more with you guys. So the block brings the earth closer to you. You can relax a little more into your twist. Good, and let's press back up and switch it out. Let the left leg lie long on the ground. Right knee hugs in, and then you take the knee, let it lie left on the ground or on the block. And gently come to center again. Either one more happy baby, or just hug your knees, give yourself a hug, make yourself feel merry and bright before we move into silence and Shavasana. Have that blanket handy too. All right, so make sure you have no interruptions in the place that you're practicing. Make sure you have that blanket or the pillow or whatever props you need to get nice and cozy. So no more asana. And now we're going to have just Shavasana. I just thought of that. Asana, of course, are our poses. So enough asana, and now it's time for Shavasana. So cover yourself up if you're cold. Relax, sink into the earth. Maybe that blanket feels like a weight on you. Maybe you're using a weighted blanket. I don't know. Close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, let go of the breath. Feel your face relaxing. Feel the whole right side of your head relaxing. Feel your right shoulder relaxing, your right arm, your whole right side relaxing and releasing. Feel the left side of your head relaxing, your left shoulder, your left arm, your whole left side relaxing and releasing. If your mind is not relaxing and it's maybe too many thoughts in it, which it does, maybe you just remind yourself to quietly say, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. That might work. Whole body relaxing and releasing. And at this time, you're enjoying Shavasana.